Yeah, Fed rates are going down, and it's just a question of how far and how fast. And I think that the fact that they tried to walk it back suggests to me that that they are not weren't particularly pleased with the market reaction. They felt that they had to do something to try and to roll it back. So I still think the 25 basis point cut is most likely, but certainly the notion of moving aggressively. I mean, if you actually think about it, it's really a message for the other central banks. The Fed actually has some space to cut rates. Williams was talking about where policy space is limited. You don't need to keep your powder dry. You're probably talking about the ECB, possibly Bank of England, the BOJ. I think probably for these other central banks is what they do where rates are already on the floor. That's potentially more problematic.
So it's one thing to have more room to cut rates relative to other central banks, but it's another to use that ammunition at this point when you have stock markets at all-time highs, the labor market remains strong. I mean, do they need to be using this dry powder now?
If you look at there was one word in your introduction there when you said Williams, I think you said you don't need to wait for a disaster. It's definitely not a disaster at the moment in the US. Growth is reasonable. The labor market remains very strong. Obviously, it's a lagging indicator, but it's still very strong. Unemployment is still below the Fed's midpoint of its long-term estimate. Inflation is not far from target. There's definitely not a sense of imminent disaster in the US. And consequently, I think there's not a great deal of urgency to cut rates. Now, the Fed has slipped into risk management mode. Powell has mentioned a number of times prevention is better than cure. And it definitely looks like they're heading down that track. But my sense is they're going to start slowly, probably continue. I think there'll be one cut now and probably another one the back end of the year or early next year, which is a lot less than the market's pricing in. But I think it's a question of how far and how fast. The direction is and the direction is the same for everyone. Lower is definitely the next step for almost everybody.
Hi, I'm Joanna Bersecci, and thank you for watching. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more from CNBC International. Thank you for watching.